Mindset community, Dr. Ellen here, coming to you today with your next Tired Talk. All right, today we're talking about water. We're talking about hydration. How much should you drink? How often? What's important for you? All of that information. So really, unfortunately, within the research, there's quite a bit of a debate here. We all know we need water, but we don't exactly know how much or how often to drink it. If there's different kinds of water we should be drinking, really the jury's kind of out. There's so much varying evidence, and as well, everybody is their own experiment. So I talk to people a lot that, that self-assessment is really important in being able to connect with yourself and realizing what some of these signals from your body mean. So if you are thirsty, drink. If you're hungry, drink first, because usually hunger is a symbol or a signal from your body to say that I'm actually thirsty more than I am hungry. And so we're usually dehydrated before we are in a place of a caloric deficit. So it's really important to think about what these signals are coming from your body, but being aware enough to catch them in the first place. Sometimes in our society we live in such a fast-paced world and a super stimulated world that we forget to connect with ourself. And so our body has to scream to get your attention to make that signaling louder than the world around you. And so having the ability to check in with yourself on a frequent basis is really important. So whether you do that naturally or whether you set an alarm on your phone or your computer to remind you to check in with yourself to see, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? What are those signals so that your body doesn't have to be in such in the red or in a hole and yelling so loud to get your attention for you to do something for it? That would be really smart. One thing we can say is for those of you who do drink a lot of water, sometimes that puts your body into what we call a little bit of a flush mode, where your kidneys are doing a great job of pumping the water through, but you're not really retaining a whole ton of it. So let's say you have a ton of water during the day and you flush, and then you go in for your workout in the evening. You might not actually have the water that you thought you were drinking all day. You might have already peed that out. So something that we do recommend people, now mind you, I don't know your medical history, but this is usually pretty safe for most people, is to take a pinch of salt and add it to your water. This is not even enough that you should taste, but it's just gonna help you retain a little bit of the water that you're drinking for cellular processes. And if you've ever been an endurance athlete or met one, electrolytes and having that balance between your sodium and potassium and all of those fun things can always be a dance to make sure that you have the water readily available for the cellular processes and functions you want. Okay, so summary, drink your water, but really connect with your body to see how much you exactly need. I talk to patients about this all the time, is that you are an experiment where the N is 1. And that means the number of people involved in that experiment is 1. So even though the research might give you some recommendations, you, in your personal experiment, need to evaluate yourself first. So as we've talked before, assessment of yourself is by far the best skill you can teach someone and by yourself harness, okay? So if you have questions, you let us know. Think about the pinch of salt and see how that applies to your life and see if it makes any changes. So we love you more than you know. Have a great week.